And this is a story some of y'all might have heard about already. There is the governor of Virginia, and he did some blackface pictures back in his yearbook in 1984. And of course, he's apologizing, but we know that ain't going to cut it. Now, another thing I want to bring out is this man is a Democrat, y'all. This is why I always tell you, I don't like the Democrats. I don't like the Republicans. And because as you can see, they both feel the same way when it comes down to us. Everybody that you see in blackface are not all Republicans. Many of them motherfuckers are liberals. Many of them are. And this is why I will never fully trust any politician. You know, how are you going to be the governor of a state and you have this kind of past? You have black people, lots of black people that live down there in Virginia. And how can we believe you're going to be fair when you have a past of not being fair? And I shouldn't have to figure these things out. Nobody should. We should be clear on these things, but we're not. Not in America. You are not clear on these things when you're dealing with these folks. I mean, there's not so much denying you can do. How much denying do you think you can do all the time about these things? You can't. You can't. So this came out February 1st, 2019. So Virginia Governor Ralph Northam apologized on Friday for appearing in a clearly racist and offensive costume in his 1984 medical school yearbook. Now, you would think somebody going to med school would be above doing this kind of stuff, but you can see, ladies and gentlemen, they're not. They're not. They'll gladly do this shit and won't give it a second thought. And I want you to always take notice. They don't mock any other race but black people. You don't see them dressing up as Asians. You don't see them dressing up as Hispanics, or you don't see them dressing up as anyone else. They only exclusively mock black folks. So yes, it is pure 100% racism towards black people, period. And screw all of that liberal and conservative talk. It don't matter. It don't matter. Not when it comes down to us. It's all part of the same bird. Right wing, left wing, same bird. Criticism from the right and left mounted Friday night, including calls for the governor to resign. Northam, a Democrat, said in a statement, "I am deeply sorry for the decision I made to appear as I did in this photo and for the hurt that decision caused then and now." He also tweeted a video apology saying the behavior from his past falls short of the standard you set for me when you elected me to be your governor. So here's his tweet, and we'll go ahead and play the video. Hopefully it will play.
My fellow Virginians, earlier today I released a statement apologizing for behavior in my past that falls far short of the standard you set for me when you elected me to be your governor. I believe you deserve to hear directly from me. That photo and the racist and offensive attitudes it represents does not reflect that person I am today or the way that I have conducted myself as a soldier, a doctor, and a public servant. I am deeply sorry. I cannot change the decisions I made, nor can I undo the harm my behavior caused then and today. But I accept responsibility for my past actions, and I am ready to do the hard work of regaining your trust. I have spent the past year as your governor fighting for a Virginia that works better for all people. I am committed to continuing that fight through the remainder of my term and living up to the expectations you set for me when you elected me to serve. Thank you.
That ain't cutting it. It really isn't. That is not going to make up for anything. The bottom line is you do these things out of pure hatred. There is no other way to explain it. But we see these things, but we're supposed to take your word and trust you? Are you? No, no. This man can never be trusted. Once you show a person who you really are, believe them. Believe them, ladies and gentlemen. Believe them. And I believe him. I believe what I saw in his past. You can't change the spots on a leopard. You just can't. Okay, so you saw the video. I'm ready to work hard to regain your trust, he said. Northern didn't specify which of the people in the photo was him. The page features his name, his undergraduate alma mater, and his interest in pediatrics. We get tired of this stuff. But, apparently y'all don't ever get tired of this shit. Y'all don't get tired of it. And you would think people would back off from doing this stuff because you've been kicked out of college. You've lost your jobs. And now you see this man getting ready to lose his political office as a governor. Now, every time these things come out, I did one on a teacher around Halloween. She lost her job. I mean, how many times are you going to keep doing this and end up losing? So apparently, racism is more important than getting your education. It's more important than keeping your job. It's more important than your livelihood. You just need to do this at all cost. And that's exactly what's happening. It's costing you. You would think by now, I know he did this in the past, but there's a lot of people doing this stuff to this day. It was just a week ago. It was some college girls. So you would think by now people would get it. But you keep repeating the same pattern over and over. This is why you will never convince me that your IQ is high. Okay. Let me just get back here. Virginia House Democrats are calling for Northam resignation. We are deeply saddened by the news that has been revealed today, they said in a statement on Friday. We regret to say that we are no longer confident in the governor's representation of Virginians. Though it brings us no joy to do so, we must call for Governor Northam's resignation, the party statement said. So they're asking for him to resign. He has yet to do so. as of now. You know, it is painfully clear, y'all. If you don't see it now. These people are raised to be this way. This is why they keep doing it. This is how they were raised. They were raised in households where this kind of stuff was encouraged. Racism was taught, and they spoke in these manners growing up, using the N word and mocking Black people and thinking it's funny. And like I said, they don't do this to any other people. Now, it's one thing if you were doing this to everybody, but you're not. You're not. So we know the only one you want to direct this stuff towards are Black people. And this is historic. And at this point, it wouldn't even matter if they find a picture of them mocking Asians. They have not been mocking Asians for centuries. They've been mocking Black people for centuries. So the minstrel shows, ladies and gentlemen, have never ended in America. They still go on. They put on their black face and go on video and still perform their minstrel shows for everybody to see. No, minstrel shows have not gone anywhere in America. I'm going to go ahead and play this audio from NPR.
There are questions today about Virginia Governor Ralph Northam's past. The governor's medical school yearbook page from 1984 shows a photo of two people, one in blackface and one in a KKK robe and hood. Northam has admitted he is in the photo. For more, we're joined by NPR's Sarah McCammon. She is at the Eastern Virginia Medical School Library, where this yearbook was kept. Hi, Sarah.
Hi. Good to have you, Lori.
Start by telling us a little more about what we know about this photo.
Right. So I'm actually not far from the library. I'm on the campus of Eastern Virginia Medical School, where Governor Ralph Northam went to med school. And I just looked at the yearbook photo a few minutes ago at the reference desk. It's kind of a standard yearbook, where it's split up into sections of pages for each alum. And Ralph Northam's page has some pretty typical yearbook pictures in it. Looks like a typical portrait, one that appears to be him in front of a car, kind of a cool sports car, another one with a cowboy hat, and then the one that is drawing a lot of attention and is quite offensive to pretty much everyone, appears to show one person in blackface and another person, as you said, in a KKK costume. It's not clear which of those people is Governor Northam, but he did just put out a statement acknowledging that he appeared in these photos and apologizing for it.
And besides admitting that he is one of the people in the photo, what is he saying about it?
Well, he says he's deeply sorry for the decision to appear in the photo and for the hurt that decision caused then and now. He says that behavior is not in keeping with who he is today and the values he stands for. And he goes on to say that he recognizes it will take time and serious effort to heal the damage this conduct has caused. And he says he's ready to do that work.
Unsurprisingly, there has been a lot of reaction to this photo. Tell us what some of the responses have been.
Right. I have seen condemnation on both sides. This is clearly a racist image. There's not much question about that. The question, I think, now is how the governor will move forward, if he will stay in office. So far, there's no indication of anything to the contrary, but the Virginia Republican Party chairman is calling on Northam to resign. He put out a statement through his spokesperson a little while ago saying that what Northam did was unforgivable. Both given his statements on the right to life coupled with the most recent revelations, he's lost the moral authority to continue to govern and should resign immediately. That is a reference to a big controversy that's been going on this week, Ari, about abortion legislation here in Virginia. And he's also been condemned on the left, I should say, for appearing in this photo.
You've been reporting on this abortion legislation in Virginia and the controversy surrounding it, which included Governor Northam. He was having a very bad week before this photograph came out. Put this in context for us.
Right. There was a proposal that failed in the Virginia House of Delegates that would have expanded access to abortion, removed a lot of restrictions on abortion, including a requirement that 3 physicians sign off on third trimester abortions and certify that they are necessary to protect a woman's life or health. That has generated a lot of debate about third trimester abortion, and the governor's support for it has drawn round condemnation from abortion rights opponents and others, and all the way up to President Trump. So he'd already had a difficult week held a press conference to explain his position on that, and then this surfaced.
Just in our last 30 seconds, this story is moving so quickly, it has blown up so fast. What do you expect to happen next? Is this it for tonight?
It's hard to say. Again, the Republicans are calling for him to resign. I saw MoveOn.org, which is a liberal group, calling for him to resign if he did indeed appear in the photo, which he says he did. I think we'll just have to wait and see whether he's able to weather the storm or whether he decides he has to go.
That's NPR Sarah McCammon on the campus of Eastern Virginia Medical School. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Sorry about that delay. So as you can see, these people, they do so many things without thinking. And they want us to always understand, oh, they didn't mean it. No, you can't say all of that stuff now. You just can't. That's not going to cut it. You meant it. And you have meant this for centuries since you've been doing it. You mean every bit of it. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.